Hey YouTube, this is RobotnikIsSexy, and this is my other match that I had this afternoon-ish, and it's with this nice fellow person who I fought with the Pokemon Wi-Fi Battles 1 group, and he is... He's got a really long name, and I can't think of it, which might seem terrible. But it's, what is it? Starts with a V. It's, Victor. Victor is a very cool name. Not many people named Victor. Very masculine and good. Kind of a warning here, I take a bathroom break, which takes about 5 minutes, so you're gonna watch the black and white stupid camera thing zoom around and go woo, woo, for a bit, and I guess in that spot of downtime I will explain this Sandroom team. It's something I've been thinking about over time while driving to school and just doing stuff while being a janitor, cleaning bathrooms. I think about Sandroom teams. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun using Siglif in Underused. He's really cockish, actually. He can burn people. If I have two, that defense increasing cosmic power. If I have 2 cosmic powers up, I can basically sweep unless there's something immune to psychic, and I can cripple physical attackers with a Psycho Shift. And it's immune to sandstorm damage, so it's pretty cool. That very Siglif does a lot of work in this match. This battle is very different from the one I had with Liam, because Liam has a very different fighting style. There will be a lot of switching involved in this match, and a lot of blocking of hits, because this guy, Victor, is quite good. He seems to really know what's going on, so goes for the Mega Horn. I have returned from my potty break, everybody, and really happy that the Mega Horn missed, because Scarfed Heracross is a pain in the ass. Pretty much assuming it's Choice Scarfed, because that seems to be the most popular kind of Heracross and Underused, and also it just makes sense. His speed stat is high enough that a Choice Scarf is really, really beneficial. Predict the Grass Knot, but going to Dinosaur to take it. Not exactly sure if that's the best move ever, but I knew I could live with over half health, and there's a lot of communicating please standing by, because he's thinking about whether to try to take me out with the Grass Knot or switch, and if he had tried to take me out with the Grass Knot, it might have succeeded. He might have gotten maxed damage, or I could have survived and taken him out with a Crunch, which would have been perfect. But I didn't want to risk it. I've been having a lot of success in playing it straight most of the time, and just attacking outright in the beginning of matches, because there is a lot of switching involved, and if I can get even a small amount of damage on the enemy, it's going to help me a lot. And as you can see, the Crunch does about a quarter of his health, and a bit more damage with Sandstorm, so that's pretty cool. Predict the fighting attack, oddly. So that's a pretty cool prediction for me. In the very back of my mind, I knew that a close combat was coming. So I take it and get my burn up, and get my burn status up, which is pretty good because it will allow me to avoid Spore and Sleep Powder and other stuff. It's really handy, actually, because it's a perfect Breloom counter, and Breloom loves to Spore, but Breloom is completely defenseless against a Siglif with a burn. switch into Heatran. It uses hidden power dark, I think, or it's hidden power electric. I don't think it's electric because I resisted that, so it has to be dark, but that's really weird because Heatran does learn Dark Pulse. But maybe for convenience sake he has hidden power. Really, really weird. I totally... well, it was pretty much a free switch in any situation there because I had my air balloons still intact, and if he had used a fire attack, I would have absorbed it. And if he used Dragon Pulse, it would have done nothing, etc., etc. Going to Ugu, who is a perfect pair for Heatran, because these two guys just troll weather teams all day, which is funny, because this is a weather team, it's sand. But if I was fighting against a sun team, Heatran would pretty much cripple them entirely. The only thing I'd be worried about, again, is Sleep Powder from a Venusaur. But other than that, it would pretty much be in the bag, because Heatran is such a massive throbbing cock. So, Scald and get the Lucky Burn hacks. 30% does happen quite a lot. And I'm just sitting there pretty with a goo, blocking hits and burning people, and using Stockpile for no reason. I already know this guy carries Grass Knot, so I definitely do not want to stay in and take one, because it will probably kill me. Most definitely. I have an X4 weakness to it, so I'm definitely going to get slaughtered. So I go into Heatran knowing that I quad resist grass, and I think for a while I was really tempted to Flame Charge, but I didn't want him to send in his own Heatran, but I should have gone for Flame Charge, because then I would have outsped him next turn, because I'm a max speed offensive type of Heatran. But I just play it safe and go with Earth Power, which does a surprisingly huge amount of damage, and I get a special defense drop, which will probably force him to switch sooner or later. Don't want Heatran to die yet, so I switch him out and go into Bubble Boy, because I know that Espeon can't do a single thing to Reuniclus. He gets a crit. He gets a crit with that hidden power, does absolutely nothing, so that just goes to show that Reuniclus is really awesome, right? Throw up the Trick Room on the Switch, which is the best time ever to put up a Trick Room, in my opinion. Go for Focus Blast, it misses, but it doesn't matter because he predicted me to switch for some reason, and goes for Drain Punch, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Go for Focus Blast, and it does hit this time, so that's pretty awesome. And that's a dead Scrafty, that's what they're called. Scrafty still feels like a really horrible name for a Pokemon, just in general, like, I don't know. I'm not going to start ranting about that. So I'm basically going on a mini sweep with Reuniclus. Speed is on my side because of Trick Room. Reuniclus has incredibly low speed, it's like base 20 or something, so yeah, just go for the Psyshock and take out Espeon because it's at such low health. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. So I've taken out 2 Pokemon on my little rampage of Trick Room. Now I predict a Thunder Wave because it used it before on Ugu, who is immune to electric because it's such a monster. Holy crap. Gastrodon is just so useful, especially in a Sandstorm team. It can totally absorb and block water and electric hits. And yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. I mean, and then I can get really, really powerful Scalds off. Well, not really powerful, sort of powerful. I don't have any special attack investment, obviously, so Scald is gonna do kind of piss poor damage, but if I get a burn, that's pretty good damage. So we're just kind of having a staring contest here, and kind of an awkward situation. I decide to risk it and go into Dinosaur. I actually predicted him to switch out and heal somebody else with Wish, and I thought it would be a double switch, and I thought that whatever he switched to would, I don't know, be threatened by Trinitar. Kind of a dumb idea, really. I get really lucky and avoid the flinch hacks because Serene Grace is huge. The flinch hacks is 60%, which is incredibly large for an after effect. So really dodge a bullet there. Shoot off a Fire Blast does kind of disappointing damage, to be honest. I was hoping it would be a bit more, but it is kind of a bulky mix T-Tar, so its special attack is not really invested at all. I mean, T-Tar just has so high base stats that it can just spread it out pretty thin and be okay with it. Use Earth Power on Jirachi, kind of predicting a switch into Heatran still. I'm fearing his Heatran when I really shouldn't. If I had used Flame Charge, I could have gone on a sweep with Heatran. Again, this is a totally offensive Heatran with Flame Charge, Earth Power, Dark Pulse, and Flamethrower. And it's pretty awesome, but I don't have any speed boosts, so there's no way I'm going to outspeed a Scarfed Heracross here. So I'm going to have to try to block a hit with Ugu, who would normally be able to take a Mega Horn okay, but it gets a critical hit, which is unfortunate for me, which means that Ugu goes down. Ugu! Ugu! And going to Togekiss here on a free switch, and I miss with Air Slash, which kind of sucks, but he resists it anyway. Perhaps I should have predicted a switch and gone for Aura Sphere, because that's something this Togekiss knows. It's actually choice specs, so it probably would have one-hit KO'd the Heatran, which would have been pretty fun. Doesn't use Earth Power for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with his Heatran. It doesn't seem to carry Earth Power at all. He's just using Hidden Power Dark or something, and it's not doing much. Use Earth Power on the switch, because I know that even if he does switch, it'll do pretty good damage. He eats his Citrus Berry, which goes to show how uber legit this guy is. If he doesn't have an extra pair of leftovers to spare, that really goes to show this guy is totally hardcore and doesn't Pokegen, and he earns his Pokemon through blood and sweat. So, Victor, if you need a second pair of leftovers, I'll trade you one, because I've got like 10 of them. And going to Sigilyph here, who takes the Surf amazingly well. I was expecting it to do a bit more damage than that. Gets a crit here, but I can still take it, and it actually kind of helps for me to just roost up as he's taking Sandstorm damage, because he does not have leftovers, so it's really wearing him down. And this is exactly the idea for Sigilyph, is to wear down people and burn them and roost in their face, and it's kind of dickish and stally, but it's really kind of fun. The Ice Beam does not do super effective damage because I roosted, which, yeah, that's a side effect of Roost. If you attack them on the turn they roost, they lose their flying type. So while I am roosting, I am pure psychic, so I can just, you know, take the Ice Beams like they're nothing. And again, I cannot be frozen because I'm burned. So Sigilyph is just really fun and useful. Get the burn off. Really thought he would switch there, but he doesn't. He stays in, and now I can roost on the switch or whatever he wants to do. So Humbawamba, who is a Mega Man X boss, if you remember, it's like this giant face that it's built into the wall, and it like shoots colorful orbs at X and stuff, and kind of an obscure reference. Again, goes for the hidden power. Don't really know why he's not using Earth Power. But he forfeits the match because he's really late to work, and it's 5-on-3, and his only Pokemon remaining were Heracross and Suicune and Heatran, who Heracross and Suicune especially was totally boned. But yeah, that's the match, YouTube, and I hope to see you later.